Facebook has a lot of advantages and disadvantages, but despite the advantages, there are a variety of ways to effectively incorporate Facebook in your learning strategy in order to enhance the learning experience of your learners. So here are some tips on how to use Facebook for online learning. First, use Facebook to create a strong sense of community among your learners. Your learners, being humans, are social creatures. Whether you use Facebook as a learning platform or not, you must admit that the big success of social media in general shows once more that people enjoy interacting with each other. Building a strong community among your learners open up a wide range of opportunities for learner engagement. Dapat maramdaman din ng ating learners that they belong. Next is encourage peer-to-peer discussion via Facebook groups. One of the most convincing arguments for using Facebook for learning is that it boosts online collaboration. For example, if you are offering an asynchronous learning modality where learners have very little or any interaction with their peers, Facebook can give you the opportunity to integrate peer-to-peer discussion into your learning intervention. Facebook groups can be used to spark discussions, share feedback on ideas or assignments, and even to work collaboratively to complete a class project. The possibilities are endless when it comes to informal learning on Facebook, especially for those who are thirsty for knowledge and want to broaden their understanding on the subject matter that is being covered in the program. Encourage collaboration and information sharing in your virtual classroom and motivate your learners to help others and ask for help as often as possible. Show them that they have much to learn not only from you and your subject but also from each other. Another tip is you use Facebook messages or the Facebook Messenger to reach out to your learners. Facebook gives you the option to use its messaging system or messenger to stay in touch not only with co-learners and with other learning professionals. In this sense, Facebook serves as a great support tool. If your learners have a question, they can check to see if you're online and get in contact with you immediately. Rather than waiting for an email, they can have their answers within a matter of minutes and address any concerns that may be preventing them from fully participating in the learning process. Next tip is to break your learning content into short and simple Facebook posts. Facebook studies have revealed that short posts gain much more likes and comments and shares than long ones. Keeping also in mind that the average learner attention span is generally short. You might benefit from this data and follow a more bite-sized formula posts. When you provide your audience with a series of small pieces or sections of a learning information, it is easier for them to pay attention and retain knowledge. Just remember that being short is not enough. In order for your learning content to be fully absorbed, it must also be meaningful and engaging. Next tip is to create a group and post supplement resources for your learners. For the learners who may be particularly interested in a topic, as well as for those who may be struggling to understand key concepts, You can post additional learning resources on the Facebook wall or create a closed group to meet the needs of these learners. You can even post assignments that learners can complete to earn extra credit or links to videos and articles that you may find helpful. Ask learners to carry out research on FB. Rather than using traditional research sites like Wikipedia, you can ask your learners to research a topic exclusively on Facebook. They can do this by reaching out professionals in the field, as well as looking up Facebook groups who may have more insight into a particular subject matter. This not only expands their comprehension of the topic itself, but also allows them to develop their research and technology skills. They can learn how to search for key terms to find the information they need, as well as how to communicate with others in an online environment, which is becoming increasingly important to today's tech-centric world. Get invaluable feedback for your learning content by using Facebook polls. That's another tip. Pinpointing weak spots in your learning content and gauging learner satisfaction is easy with Facebook polls. You can create a poll by developing a list of simple questions that can be posted on your wall. Learners then have the opportunity to give you feedback, which you can use to improve their learning experience and identify how you can make your learning course or subject matter even more effective and memorable for future learners. Use Facebook to send reminders and notifications of upcoming deadlines and assessments. Another helpful tip. There are a variety of ways that you can keep your audience updated about upcoming events. You can post on your wall on the reminders of approaching assessments or assignment deadlines, or even use the Facebook events section to let learners know about live classroom sessions or webinars that they may want to attend, particularly those that advanced sign up is needed. This motivates learners by keeping them focused on projects and keeps busy learners organized and on track to successfully completing the learner content. You can also use the event sections and reminder posts to inform your audience about new topics that they may be of interest to them, so that they can benefit from any additional learning experiences that you are offering in the future. Last tip is to focus on visuals. It is obvious that photos and videos are shared and liked much more than text in Facebook, which means that people are more attracted to visual content. Carefully chosen images, animations, graphics, and videos grab your audience attention and drive their engagement, as they make it easier for them to focus. Of course, you should not bombard your audience with visual elements. Being creative and careful with your text image balance will both please your learners and effectively support your learning objectives and goals. But let us not also forget those learners who cannot have data. So, let's post text pa din kahit may visuals pa na tayong nakalagay.